It's day 6 at the Eurovision Song Contest 2021, and it's time to see the Big Five and the Netherlands at last on the big stage. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Will, Willovision Online. They last won the contest in 1990, but first up is the most successful of recent years of the Big Five. It's Italy. For Italy this year, Måneskin with Zitti e buoni. A surprise winner to some at Sanremo 2021, but now they're flying the flag for Italy in Rotterdam. First impressions, they are very cool. On stage, the band is set up with the lead singer in the front, guitarist to the side, and a platform brought in at the back with flashing lights that the drummer is sat upon. The lead singer has decided not to wear a top. Reds and blues and an incredible amount of flashing lights really bring the rock to Rotterdam. Regardless of what's gone before, when Måneskin are on the stage, it truly is a rock show. I watched it with great interest. After having seen it in Sanremo, I wanted to see how it would shape up on the Eurovision stage, and I think it's even better. There look to be huge pyros planned for the performance, and what's the best way to end? By falling on your back because the job is done. Their second rehearsal is coming up on Saturday. I'll definitely be wanting to see more of the coolest group in the contest. Germany, I Don't Feel Hate, Jendrik performing. Having seen some previously released photos of the live on stage recording, it looks like what was recorded and on tape is very similar to what we're going to see from Germany this year. Jendrik in a hot pink jacket and blue trousers with black top. Hot pink all the way this year. If it's not silver, it's hot pink. It would be remiss for me to mention his costume and not mention his encrusted ukulele, which features throughout the performance. He's joined on stage by the character from his video, that all-important middle finger and index finger in the peace sign. I'm thinking if the Finns can't put up the middle finger, the Germans can't either. But they get around that at times in the placement of the costume. Also on stage, trumpet, trombone and sax, all adding to the fun and feel-good factor of this very unique entry. At a particular point in the song, the peace sign / middle finger gets a trumpet and starts to battle against Jendrik and the three brass players. And at that time on stage, the screen is moving from one side to the other, blue for the good and the fun, and black and white and negative commentary and headlines from the peace sign, going forward and back in a kind of a comedic tussle. But I think we all know which one is going to win, and that blue screen takes over completely and fills the back LED. When it comes to the Meine Damen und Herren moment, he is holding back, because in the first rehearsal, we did hear him say, I'm not going to tell you what I'm going to say, but I will say it here on Saturday night. So in those moments, he has something that he is prepared to say, but he isn't going to reveal that until nearer the time. As you can imagine, it's quite energetic and colourful. The back screen dominated by the explosions of those powder bombs that featured in his video. Really impactful and great fun too. I must mention the fact that the peace sign / middle finger also mimes the moments which are built into the track of the deep voice. Jendrik answers them live, and the finger and the finger mimes, and that is, I found it very funny. But you could definitely see that the energy levels expected were starting to show, because he ends the song pretty much exhausted, and you could tell at times he was a little short of breath just because so much is going on. Again, this was the first rehearsal. They'll be back on Saturday and further rehearsals next week ahead of the big show. But what can I say? I don't feel hate. I just feel sorry. Now this is a special one. Hosts the Netherlands with Jeangu Macrooy and The Birth of a New Age, which tells the story of resilience and the dawn of a new era. The Surinese sensation includes Shranan Tango, most memorably shown on screen but also sang. Opting for cobalt blue, his ensemble includes a double belt. I shall call him the double-belted delight. The performance begins dark. It's grey. The back screen looks like concrete, but cracks are starting to form. This is about telling that story of the dawn of this new age. As the performance progresses, move from the main stage to the satellite stage, and the backdrop is so vibrant, so incredibly colourful. It's absolutely gorgeous. I really love this entry, and I'm so glad he has had the chance to represent the Netherlands this year on home soil. It's been quite some time before we could say that France are a real contender at the Eurovision Song Contest. Of course, their last win dates back to '77 with Mary Miriam in London. Barbara Pravi is an exceptional talent, and having been the writer of the winning song for Junior Eurovision, which France won last November, perhaps a double could be on the cards. From what we've seen in the first rehearsal, she is maintaining much of the standout approach that led her to win the French final. She stands on stage in black, behind the microphone, alone, and you can't help but be completely consumed with her performance. I felt the goosebumps, and that doesn't happen often. Use of the LED stage floor when it turns white and birds fly away. I'm looking forward to seeing this again on Saturday because I do believe that she is awesome. Voilà! For the United Kingdom, My Last Breath No Longer, it's all about Embers with James Newman. Last year, through the new partnership between BMG and the BBC, James was selected to represent the UK. Of course, that didn't go ahead. He was invited back to take part this year, and he decided to go in an altogether different direction from last time with Embers. It's a catchy tune. It's like the type of song that you would hear on any radio station at the moment, and that would be the soundtrack of your summer. No doubt, when Love Island returns, it will be played on there. James is in black. Black leather jacket, black t-shirt, black trousers, black and white shoes, and the trademark Newman Brothers white socks, as standard. And he's looking fantastic. I don't know him, but I just feel like, from what I've seen, he is the loveliest person, and if hugging was allowed, I definitely wouldn't mind a hug from him. James begins the song on a raised round podium, and at both sides of him, we're seeing the biggest trumpets I've ever seen. They're in white, they're suspended from the ceiling, and within the funnel they have light-changing LEDs, of course. Also on stage, he's joined by 4 dancers/brass musicians playing trumpets and trombones. We saw 2 solid run-throughs with James. He was well rehearsed, he was finding his cameras, and he was sounding good. I believe from news that was revealed recently, his vocal coach is the only backing singer that has accompanied the delegation, and she is not on camera. Now, he's not having a Sanna Nielsen moment, but individual light beams are used that are projected around James when he's on this podium that create a single strand light cage which he performs within at the beginning of the song and at the end. We don't know if this is definitely going to be staying, but that was certainly what happened during these run-throughs. Embers is bright, it's summer vibes and a great direction for the UK. Things can only get better. I have faith in James and I have faith in Embers to move the nation up that leaderboard. And a final note, I am pretty certain that while it wasn't shown today, the light up the room moments will definitely be marked in some special way in the Ahoy. For Spain, Blas Cantó, Voy A Quedarme. Following on from so many ballads that have used blues and blacks in their lighting, the Spanish entry does that, but it's definitely going to stand out for what I imagine is the biggest prop we're going to see. The lunar eclipse is seen behind Blas as he performs this beautiful song. Blue backdrop, as I say, a mainstay of ballads. The stage floor and the backdrop are that of stars. And then, here's the thing, an actual physical moon prop lowers down from above and it is huge. I'm suitably impressed. In the run-throughs that were screened today, Blas did a really lovely job. Beautiful emotion, engaging, confident, but also sensitive in his delivery of a song that has a very special meaning in his life and in his family. We'll look forward to Saturday and the next rehearsal. So there we have it. As of now, every single entry in Eurovision 2021 has been performed on the stage in Rotterdam. And opinions that I had before the contest and in first rehearsals have changed so much to what I'm thinking now. And I'm sure they'll change again tomorrow and Saturday and in the dress rehearsals and in this. You get the idea. Tomorrow, the rest of the second semi-finalists perform their second rehearsal on the stage in the Ahoy. I'm really enjoying this experience and I can't believe we've gotten this far already as day 6 is drawing to a close. Thanks so much for watching. More Eurovision Song Contest tomorrow.